And even as you're listening to these words, you may already notice that some part of you, the conscious part that tries so hard, begins to quiet, while another part, the deeper unconscious part, that's always known, begins to lean in and listen. Because you know, don't you, that sometimes the most powerful work happens when you stop working. Like a farmer planting seeds. You don't dig up the earth every 10 minutes to check if it's sprouting. You water, you cover, you trust. And the soil, in its mysterious way, consolidates everything. And as you think about how ridiculous it would be to rip up seeds every day, you can also begin to realize how ridiculous it is to rip up your learning, your memories, your growth, by constant checking. And the more you rest, the more you grow. Or like bread in the oven. The dough expands only when left alone. And if you keep opening the door, the heat escapes, the bread collapses. And perhaps you've already noticed in your own life how insights seem to come in the shower, or while walking, or while drifting to sleep. That's your brain's oven quietly baking the knowledge into nourishment. And you can trust that oven now. And imagine wet cement poured into a mould. The shape is there, but fragile. And if you poke at it, scratch it, stomp through it, it crumbles into nothing. But if you leave it, if you allow the stillness, it sets into a strong foundation. And the more you think about cement, the more you realize your neural networks, they're the same. And every pause is strength solidifying. And isn't it strange? The less you do, the more gets done. And the more you check, the less you retain. And the more you let go, the more it comes back. And as you try to make sense of the paradox, your unconscious mind can sort it out perfectly, in ways your conscious mind doesn't need to. Rest is a waste of time. No. Rest is the only time that learning gets locked in. But I'll lose if I stop. No. You'll lose if you don't stop. But people will think I'm lazy. People who burn out, they're the laziest, because they refuse to trust the natural process. But I'm afraid to pause. And isn't it interesting that you already pause when you sleep, when you heal, when you breathe, which means you already know how. And from today forward, each time you learn something, you'll notice a quiet confidence rising. I don't have to overthink this. You'll study, then step away, and feel good about it. You'll practice, then rest, and know that the wiring is happening. You'll notice in the days to come. You'll recall more easily. You'll perform more smoothly. You'll feel less pressure, because your brain is consolidating while you live your life. And you can also imagine the old path, the one where you keep checking, doubting, overthinking. How heavy that felt, how exhausting, how frustrating. Like a hamster wheel. All effort, no progress. And isn't it a relief to leave that path behind now? And as you relax into this truth, you can begin to trust the pause. And as you trust the pause, you'll learn faster, easier, deeper. And the more you rest, the more you remember. And the more you let go, the more you lock in. Listen, if you plant a seed and keep ripping it out of the ground, you're murdering it. If you bake bread and keep opening the oven, you're sabotaging it. If you pour cement and stomp all over it, you're fucking destroying the foundation. So stop, sit the fuck down, let it cure, let it bake, let it grow. Because only then will you have the fruit, the bread, the house, the mastery. That's not laziness. That's nature's law. And nature's law doesn't give a shit about your impatience. So from now on, you'll study and then rest. You'll practice and then pause. You'll trust and then consolidate. And every time you resist the urge to overthink, you'll feel stronger, smarter, more aligned. Because neural networks consolidate during rest. Constant checking interrupts consolidation. And that's why overthinking wrecks learning. And the deeper you let this truth settle into you, the freer you become, the sharper you become, the stronger you become.